craving and drug withdrawal right away. And by the way, if you ever have any questions about any of these things I'm talking about, I'll be glad to answer them afterwards, later, or in the question period here. So if you get curious, let me know. So I administered Ibogaine to all 65 of those addicts over a 2-year period. It's a very fascinating way of treating drug addiction that should be really explored a lot because it was very, very successful in stopping people cravings and drug withdrawals right away. But back to 1989, so I got frustrated. I wanted to start this revolution. And basically, we got the law overturned in 1995 that bans literature and bans videos about marijuana. I've since been charged 22 times since 1995 with marijuana offenses. I've been jailed 17 times, and I will say proudly in 8 out of 10 provinces. It's the only place I have not been jailed at Quebec, though I almost got clubbed in a near riot by Montreal police when they arrested the guy who organized the Quebec Cannabis Cup in 2002. And I have not been arrested in Prince Edward Island, though I did try on my summer legalization tour when I went across Canada to demonstrate there was no marijuana law. I did not, in fact, get arrested when I smoked out the Charlottetown Police Department, modest little detachment that it is. But I have been arrested in every other place, and many times unjustly. Now, that's a common thing for people to get arrested, but in 2003 I went across 18 cities in Canada and smoked either a big bong, usually in the colors of the local sports team, if I could do it. And like in Regina, that was green and white for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, right? And then when I went to Winnipeg, I took my Canucks bong that I had hand-painted, because that's the old Manitoba Moose, their farm club place, right? And every time I used a bong, I lost that bong and got arrested and put in jail. So something provocative about a big phallic device with big testicular bottom there that you're smoking up in front of that, it's like, oh, it's like a red flag to a bull. Whereas if I smoked one from Chonker, like a big joint that had 1 ounce in it, I never got arrested once. Right? So if you're going to go, I'm just saying, there's nothing scientific in that. In fact, there's actually a better explanation why that happened. Because here's the thing. If I thought I was going to get arrested, hell, I don't want to lose more than a gram. I'll smoke that up and you haul me away and it's all gone. Right? But if I think we're going to get away with this, then we'll bring out that ounce. Right? Because we can smoke that for an hour. Right? And that's typically what happened. I got arrested on that particular tour in 2003 in Edmonton, Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg, Moncton, and St. John's, New Brunswick. St. John's, Newfoundland. So that covers 5 provinces there. Right? And I actually got busted not busted, I did not get arrested in this time, but I got raided in this time. I've been raided, I didn't finish that, 17 arrests and 6 raids, and they've taken $1 million worth of my stuff at various times. But I actually got raided once in Victoria, so I'll tell you that one, because I like, everywhere I go, if I could tell you a story that I was busted here, I can book for pod, that's kind of nice, rock and rollers always try and ingratiate themselves with the local audience, saying, oh yeah, rock and roll, Vancouver, whatever, right? So I can actually tell you I've been busted in your town, and most places I go to, right? So I had a place here from the year 2001 to 2002. It was on Fernwood at Queens, nice place. But anyway, so 4 o'clock in the morning, one day in March 2002, so it's like 6 years ago this month, and I did get a phone call. And you know what I know? No phone call that comes very late at night is ever a good one. No one calls you to tell you won the lottery at 4 in the morning. Hey, good news for you. No. It's usually really bad news that you don't want, or at the very least inconvenient news. You're going to have to go do something, get somebody, or something bad has happened. So you have to deal with it, right? Well, sure enough, it's called 4 in the morning, and I find that very clever, So the first thing, the phone rings, they go, hello, is this Marc Emery? Yes. Well, this is the Victoria Police Department. We're outside your house. Really? Wow. And then they said, so we want to confirm, do you have a child in the house and a woman with you? And I go, yes. And they said, okay, we want you to turn around, because they know where I am, and walk out your front door, and walk straight to the sidewalk. And I'm thinking, this is so weird. Because at first I'm thinking, yeah, what if someone's just pulling my leg? Right? Because it seems unusually weird. But sure enough, so I go out the front door, and I look around, and I'm going, it's like empty. It's like a ghost area. Well, that's a good hoax, if it is, right? But then I walk out to the sidewalk, and all of a sudden, bang! 8 big, tough cops, a multinational, multiracial group of Nazis jump out of the sidewalk, right? And they come and they surround me like in no time at all. And I'm thinking, boy, you guys are big, even the women are tough, right? And they're all got Kevlar, right? They all walk in that simian ape-like way to intimidate you, like that you see security guards who are trained, they walk like that. It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you, right? But it's a differently intimidating stance so that nobody even wants to think of messing with them. Because they're like gorillas on patrol. And that's not intentional. So they're all coming up and they're surrounding me. There's the black guy, the Chinese guy, the white woman, the black woman. I'm thinking, well, at least your hiring policies are progressive. they're saying, Mr. Emery, we have a warrant to go inside your home and seize your grow garden. I'm going, what? You think I'm growing here? Like, wow, that's, that would be nervy of me. I would have to admit that's a pretty heady thing to do with my reputation. I would have only been arrested like 12 times in the last couple of years, but I guess I could grow one with my children now. So anyway, at this point I'm feeling good, because this is the first time I've ever been, not even arrested yet, they're searching my home, right? They're going to go through, and they, in fact, find nothing, and I found that was fascinating. So they go through, I said, go ahead. And he comes into my house, and the head cop goes, I guess it's obvious why we're here. And I go, no, it's not obvious why you're here. Why are you here? Right? And I said, well, it's not marijuana. It's obviously a grow garden. I said, you think that's from a grow garden? That's the smell of my house everywhere I ever am. Right? And he says, oh, well, we don't want your personal stash. I like when cops try to use hip words, right, or contemporary. We don't want your own stash. We're here for, I said, well, listen, go look through the place. You're going to find nothing. So sure enough, they take a quick look, and the guy comes up. And boy, did they ever look sad and bummed out. They walk forward, and then they all follow that person. They all troop out, troop, right? And then he says, well, I guess you want an explanation. I said, yeah, I'm in my underwear at 4 in the morning, and your 8 goons are just leaving my place. Yeah, tell me why. Right? And they said, well, we got a call from your neighbor, the cop next door, at Fernwood and Kings, and he called up because he said he smelled pot. He said, well, he's always going to smoke pot. We blow it out the windows. The landlord doesn't actually let us smoke in here, just because it reeks in here doesn't mean we smoke. And we blow it out the window, reasonably enough. And he picks it up, and then he called it and said, oh, it must be a grow garden, right? Now, it's weird because they did come, I got their discovery, right? So they came to after the cop next door calls the Victoria Police Army, that's a Wednesday. The cops come by with a warrant to check the meters on my property. That's what we judge they want. So they checked the electrical meter, which they said was a little bit high. It was $65 would be too much. How could that be high? That's like, I don't even know how we got it that cheap. That's got to be the cheapest hydro meter in Victoria for a 2-month period in the whole city during a cold weather period, right? And then they said, and then we sniffed your exhaust. So here's what they're doing. They're getting warrants so they can sniff your dryer exhaust. So we sniffed your dryer exhaust, and it smelled like weed to me. So we called up Check TV. I hope that guy's otherwise, we called them up, and they came and they said, they went up to the reporter, here I am for Check News. It's Vanilla Bounce. That's what they smell. We smell Vanilla Bounce, right? And I think, of course, because that's the only thing that comes out. How could pot be coming out of our dryer exhaust? It's connected to a clothes dryer, right? So anyway, I get some good mileage. The local media comes to announce that Marc Emery got busted. He wasn't breaking the law. So that was news, right? Get the police visit. So anyway, that was my bust here in Victoria. So just go show you. 8 people, that's their whole shift. Like if they're hitting you at 4 in the morning, they didn't have nothing planned before you. Right? They all came at noon. They sat around. Well, we should go disturb it. It's the deep of the night. He's going to be home, right? And so they come and get you 4. And then when they're just when they troop home, well, it's 6 o'clock. The whole shift is gone. We may as well go home. So what do they pay someone for that shift? Probably like $200-300 a day times 8 times all the planning it took, right? Getting the warrant on the price, sniffing my dryer exhaust, hassling me and waking me up, all with my own money. Tax money, that I'm paying on this house. Right? And I'm thinking, wow, this must happen a lot. Right? Because if some guy next door just thought my smoking pot was a grow garden, and now 5 days later I've got a paramilitary army in my house, right? It shows how fragile our rights are, because what was it all about anyway? What at the most could I have had? I could have had some plants. People forget that 60% of this country, 100 years ago, was people working with plants. Most people were farmers in Canada 100 years ago. It's really lucky that 3% of all Canadians are farmers now. That 3% of all Canadians produce most of the foods we consume in this country. Right? But it wasn't always like that. 120 years ago, it was 60% of Canadians worked from sunrise to sunset making food on farms. And